Hello everybody, and welcome to Cory's Countdown. That's right, it is 3 top stories in CSU Sports, 2 top players to look out for on Fresno State's football team, and the coveted 1 Minute of Mayhem. 3 top stories. The CSU women's volleyball team continues to impress, having achieved the national ranking of 14 off the back of a 17-match win streak. That streak is more than the bottom 3 teams in the Mountain West have combined. The Rams will have to stay red hot tonight against one of those bottom 3 teams, San Jose State. San Jose State is coming off of a home victory versus the New Mexico Lobos, where senior setter Caitlin Zdroink had a monster performance. A season-high 46 assists isn't even the most impressive thing about Zdroink's game. She had a whopping 7 kills on the game. That's more than the rest of the season combined. After a career-defining showing from Zdroink, it'll be tough for her to recreate those numbers against CSU's defense. CSU is allowing opponents just to hit .099. That is the second best hitting percentage in the nation. Do you know what the number 1 hitting percent in the nation is? .098. They're also number 2 in the nation in blocks per set at 3.04. All this versus the San Jose State team that only hits .184. The Rams may just be the nation leaders after tonight. The game's actually happening right this second with a score of 16-23 in the first set. So if you've been following CSU volleyball at all, you'll know that the first set is the rockiest for the Ram team, and they do get much better after that. So we'll have to see if they can close this one off and continue to do well. Yesterday, though, our very own Jessica Mendoza interviewed the men's basketball team to see how they're doing with the upcoming season. Reminder, season starts on November 1st.
So we know this year's team is a young team, but how do you feel about the depth so far of the roster?
I feel like we got a lot of guys that can do a lot of different things, young and veterans. So I think it'll balance itself out. We got a lot of guys that can play on the floor at the same time, so we'll be all right.
Yeah, I think we're deeper for sure at every spot. People can come in and play and do the same roles, and I think that's going to help us a lot. As season gets longer, and miles start to pile up, so I think that's definitely going to help us out a lot.
I'm real confident in this team. I'm really excited too. Just it's my first year being on a Division I team, and I'm just excited for the group and what we can do. We've been working hard ever since the summer, so I'm just excited to get out on the court.
If you want to see the rest of that interview, you can head over to our YouTube page at CTV 11. Now, after a below-average 7-11 record in the conference last year and a disappointing 12-20 overall record, we'll have to see if Coach Niko Medved can get 9 new players to learn the playbook and have a successful second season for him. With the season starting soon, make sure to check back in often because we will have all the basketball coverage you could ever need during the season. Now, the historic and record-breaking women's soccer team actually lost last Sunday to what Maddie Warren called the Boise State Ramey Shirls. So they'll have to shake that off if they want to head over to Nevada for their game on Saturday versus the Wolfpack. A Wolfpack team that has scored just 8 total goals all season, and they sport a 3-12 season record. A huge part of that is that the leading scorer, Gabby Brown, has just 3 goals on 65 shots. That's a goal percentage of just under 5%. Her shots aren't even being blocked most of the time because she shoots on goal at 32%. That is a full 14% lower than CSU's leading scorer, Kaylee Lordman. After the game, the Rams will have to stay in Nevada and roll the dice versus the Las Vegas Rebels on Sunday. Tune into the Monday Night Sports Show to get the full rundown. Now, 2 top players. CSU football is back after a much-needed bye week to face the Fresno State Bulldogs. They'll have to do that without star running back Marvin Kinsey Jr., who just been suspended indefinitely. Bobo did not have a comment as to why, but we will keep you updated as more information becomes available. With Kinsey out, the Bulldogs will likely be able to drop more men into coverage and trust the linebackers to make plays for the run. And with a linebacker like number 29, Justice Rice, on the team, they should be pretty comfortable with that. Now, Rice leads the team in just about every defensive category. He has a team-high 60 total tackles, 2 interceptions, 7 passes broken up, 2 fumbles recovered, 4 fumbles forced. That's right, he leads in every one of those categories. He's also just 2 sacks and 2 tackles for losses behind the leaders in those categories. So, expect the Rams to have a specific way to key off what Rice is doing. If not, he might just lead the team in every single category after the game. Now, Rice is a scary defensive leader, but who leads the Bulldogs offense? Even though they're a pretty balanced team, averaging about 160 yards on the ground and 240 yards in the air, they just don't have a star running back. They actually have a bunch of running backs kind of working in rotation, but they only have one person with meaningful pass attempts, and that would be the quarterback, number 11, Jorge Reina. Now, Reina is a pass-first quarterback. He averages about 33 attempts a game. He will run, though. It's not his specialty, but he will do it. He has 12 touchdowns on the year, 10 in the air, 2 on the ground. He only has 4 interceptions as well on the year, which means that he's careful with the ball. He also isn't afraid to make quick reads and get the ball out of his hands quickly. But if that first option is covered, expect him to hold on to the ball a bit longer, which could lead to some sacks for the Rams. Now, if the Rams want to get their first win streak of the year, they'll have to be more like the volleyball team, because they're going to want both these players to be who they're focusing on. Now it's the 1 Minute Mayhem. That's right, I've got the 11 questions all to myself. Now, never seen them before, and I will have 1 minute to answer them all, so let's do it. Can the Astros make a comeback? I think so. I think they're a better team. I just think that the Nationals have been playing above their pay grade quite a bit. Who won the Emmanuel Sanders trade? That's tough because he's about 31 years old. He's coming off an ACL injury, and they got a second and a third round, so I'm going to go with the Broncos. Actually did pretty well. Will Mohamed Sanu be a better player as a Patriot? Everyone's a better player as a Patriot, so yeah, probably. Will the Redskins upset the Vikings? No, the Redskins look like potentially the worst team in all of football. I know that the Dolphins are up there, but they just barely beat them a little bit below. Who's worse, though, the Dolphins or the Bengals? Well, I just said that they're both pretty terrible, but it's got to be the Dolphins. They're at least trying to lose, and they're doing great at it. Who's winning this year's Heisman? It's got to be Jonathan Taylor. You know the Badgers got what it takes. I know everyone's like, it's a quarterback award. It's not. It's the best player award. I'm going Jonathan Taylor. Will the Nuggets make it to the finals this year? I think that they will. I think that they have all of the young kind of talent there, and they can build off of last year's success. Can the Nets make the playoffs without Durant? No, Durant definitely seems like the best part that they have. I did not make it. I was going to try to start the next question, but I knew that I wasn't going to have time in order to do that. I did have some fun, and I truly hope that you had fun as well. And if you love sports, guess what? On Monday, there's a whole sports show. So you can join that on Monday and tune in on all the stuff that I talked about here tonight. So thank you for joining us, and I hope to see you soon.